every new program of God will demand a new version of you. This is why progressively you are supposed to be growing in keeping to pace with the very purpose of God per time and per season for your life. If you are intentional about drawing these things, it's like a video game where you have different advantages you can download into yourself. Carry honor, carry favor, carry power. There is a way you wear favor and go out in the morning. You just know that you can never be stranded. Never. Every door, there is always a last minute miracle. Who was it I was sharing with about? I've been talking about the favor of God on my life. I can never be stranded. I just know it. Somebody must be sent. Sometimes you will not even know how the situation played out, but you will now see in the long run that the whole thing happened just because of you. We were traveling to Abuja the other day, and a car that has been checked, that we use regularly, it now broke down around that strange kidnapper region. Hi. It was I and God's servant, Pastor Emmanuel. The way we dressed, it was obvious that we were not indigenous of that space. And people were passing and looking at us. Many strange men with their phones. All kinds of calls were being made. And we knew that if we stayed there for long, the story you will hear, God forbid, is that it's not something to say, right? Maybe you will just hear my voice crying, like they are flogging me. Then they'll now say, if you don't bring the money by tomorrow. You know, grown men cry. Those guys are brutal. They are not jokers at all. They make sure you are crying first, then I'll say, Tokunjiko. There and then, 2 young men went into Kaduna on that fateful day to go and buy a new car. And as they went to buy a car, you see, the reason for going to buy that car that day is because of me. They waited until that night time. When, see, this God, you can never be stranded. I have stood in airport like this. And if you know the things I'm sharing, you will need to start counting your blessings one by one to see that truly the favor of God is on my life. And anything that God gives to you, recognize it and celebrate God for it. He says, let the redeemed of the Lord say so. The guys just came and packed. Before we even said, we want to go, they say, come and enter. Who comes to carry 2 strangers? When we got in, they on the AC. I sat at the owner's corner, and I was just reflecting on the faithfulness of God. You know how big Abuja is? I thought when they get to Abuja, they would drop us at a place and then go to their own house. They said, where do you stay? We said, don't worry, just where do you stay? We said we stay at so place, the address. They took us to our estate, entered the estate, went to front of our gate, dropped us, and I said, please, how much? They said, Haba. No, not. Go. When I now came out, I now remembered, he shall give his angels charge over you to bear you up, lest you dash your feet against a stone. I have missed a flight before. I ran with all my haste because I left Kaduna late. I was going, they said the aircraft is airborne already. Nothing we can do. I stood there like this, thinking of the kind of message we would type and send to the people and say, sorry. Somebody just came and said, the flight is airborne already. The lady said yes. The moment I heard that question, I knew this is God's intervention. I don't need to wait for long. I looked at him and I said, sir, is there anything you can do for me? He said, well, let me try. He went, met one supervisor, met this one, started talking. Before you know it, they came. They said, leave your luggage here. Just come. Start running with us. a flight that they already closed the door. When I was entering the plane, you needed to see the anger in the people's face. Favor bypass protocols. Even when they say things are not done this way, the favor of God on your head. Now, normally you will not come with these things. You must download it. It is like a phone you have. It's not all the apps that you need that comes with the phone. There are apps you download. Favor is one of the apps you must download. Download it through priesthood. Lord, leave your favor upon my life. Leave a finger of your hand at work in my life. Look at Jabez. He arrived time and discovered that he is deficient of favor. He knew that favor was not captured in his storyline. He went into priesthood. Oh, that thou will bless me and enlarge my coast. They know that they don't want to continue working hard. The Bible says to wake up early and sleep late at night, only to eat the bread of sorrow. This is somebody's life story. You are working very hard and there is no result to show for it. And you still want to continue that storyline. Today, somebody must touch the favor of God. Lord, give me favor. It is favor that puts things in your life that work cannot explain. It is favor that make people remember you for good. It is favor that puts your thought in the heart of kings. It is favor that make people forget their relatives and bless you with an opportunity that other people were asking them for. It is favor that make protocols to be bypassed for your own sake. It is because of the favor of God. That's why people can carry their hard-earned resources and bless you with it. Who told you people like you? It is the grace on your head that commands results. Everybody is selfish. Everybody is thinking about themselves. The only thing that will make them put you as a priority in their own life as selfish creatures, my God, it must be the hand of God upon the life of a man. It is these things that we contend for. It is these things we are pressing for, so that advantages that we did not come with, people can look at you. They knew your yesterday. They know that you are a very, very broke person, struggling in everywhere. They know you have no uncle, no auntie, no advantage. Nobody is speaking for you in high places. But then a season of silence, you went into the womb of the Spirit and you were able to lay hold on favor. The next thing is, they will not be able to predict the outcome of your life, because you have touched something that men cannot give. You have touched something that is not consistent with the labor of the flesh. This is why I am still repeating it to everybody. If you are here and you have not journeyed in the Spirit to touch any reality for yourself, your prayer is only inside church. Only when we are together, you just pray small and people leave, you go back to a carnal life. See, you are really, really, really cheating yourself out of great feats of victory. Wherever you are, just bow your heads quickly. And I will not tell you what to tell the Lord. But there are things that people need. For some of you, you are contending for honor. Some of you, you are contending for wealth. Some of you, you are contending for favor. Some of you, you are contending for unusual excellence over you. There are different things that makes us who we are. Every new program of God will demand a new version of you. This is why progressively you are supposed to be growing in keeping to pace with the very purpose of God per time and per season for your life.